Hello, everyone. Cameron Ivy here with Transcend, and welcome to Trust Issues, a bite-sized series where we call out the risks and tackle the toughest challenges in data, consent, and compliance. In the first episode, we dive into a topic that doesn't disappoint: effective preference management. Did you know that it's not just about collecting consent? It's about creating a seamless experience for customers while ensuring compliance and building trust. To unpack this and help me out, I sat down with Shaun Lichti, Transcend's head of consent and preference management. I started by asking him, hey, how does effective preference management unlock a company's ability to collect and utilize customer data? This is Trust Issues.
The thing to keep in mind here is that if you don't have a strategy, an approach for how you're going to actually manage across an organization, especially if it's a larger or kind of a siloed organization with lots of different buckets and teams using customer data, then you're really going to hit, or maybe you're already hitting, probably depending on your business, a lot of roadblocks and speed bumps as you try to increase the impact of the data that you have collected. And so if you don't have the ability, for example, to say that I understand who a user is, when they made these choices, and where these choices will be the most impactful for the business, then you're really going to struggle to actually get value out of data that you have already invested in as a business to collect.
Organizations listening right now, how can they leverage consent and preference management to enhance their customer engagement and maybe drive more sales?
I think obviously businesses are at different stages of their journey here, but essentially you kind of move a compliance-based approach, which is where many people start, which is just primarily like risk mitigation, or like, how do we make sure we're not breaking the law, that we're giving users rights that they might have to have. That's often a starting point, and we're kind of maybe the crawl stage, if you will, of where businesses start this journey. But to get to things like you referenced, like enhancing customer engagement, driving more sales, you basically start to upgrade that mindset of, hey, you know what? These aren't just consents. These aren't just, again, like we were talking about a minute ago, these aren't just, hey, don't talk to me anymore, or do not use my data in this way. These can be things like, hey, I want to hear from you about these topics, or the best way to get a hold of me is on my phone. Stop hitting up that email inbox that I only made for that, that job that I submitted an application for. Those sorts of user preferences, and then there's a reason, like, preferences is a word that we use beyond something like a choice or a consent, is that it's a more granular view of who a person is, what they're interested in, and those pieces of nuance and context, as they're earned and gained through a relationship built on trust, based on informed choices that these users can make, you get to a place where you can use those in really powerful ways to enhance the efficiency of the things you're doing. Because ultimately, when you have a respectful understanding of what someone is interested in and what they want to hear about, on the marketing side of the house, that's like the dream, right? Like, get the people off this list that aren't going to click, that don't care. We're wasting spin, we're getting, they're hurting our open rates, they're increasing our bounce and unsub metrics, whatever the KPIs for the segment of the campaign are. Everyone wants highly engaged audiences, and you can't do that if you don't know who they are and what they want, but if you don't know the permissioning structure, like who should you be talking to? So, we have customers come to us and say, look, we have 7-8 figure revenue opportunities that are locked up beyond not being able, for example, to effectively cross-divisional silos in a business. Maybe especially relevant for larger enterprises where they're trying to bridge audiences together to say, look, maybe we have an initiative or a brand that has collected really impactful data, and we want to leverage that to cross-sell into that segment, or to get that data in a way where we can start to use it for other parts of our business. You can't do that if you don't have effective choice collection mechanisms. So it can be a huge unlock for sales and customer engagement.